Alright, everybody, so Chang has done it again. He has dropped another teaser for Tuffilization. Now, this isn't this is yet to confirm Tuffilization, because this could also just be like a new Kanasan NPC that is just like a Tuffilized Kanasan NPC for like a quest or something, maybe. I don't know. But it is fun to think about, like, maybe they are doing Tuffilization as, like, a path for Tuffles, possibly. And it makes sense because they've spoken greatly about adding, or, sorry, reworking Tuffles. That's something that the devs have definitely spoke about. And I just think it would make a lot of sense if they did this, and it would add a lot of intrigue to Tuffles, especially since the PvE, like, version of the ability is, like, kind of broken, doesn't really work properly. Tuffilization could be a good way to give them something in PvE, right? You can Tuffilize a player and then go, you know, do your quest, just how Majins can absorb and go do their quests, right? So let's get into it. So obviously this is the sneak. The red eyes and the red, like, lines and the white eyes are, like, a very clear nod to Baby. So let's go ahead and get into it. I asked the DG community. I asked them, how do y'all think Tuffilization will work if it's real? And near the end, I actually asked the Holy Grail 75, so stay tuned to the end to see what he actually thinks about it. But I asked him, and he actually gave the best answer. So shout out to him. Not that he needs the shout out, bro. Has like 1.2 millions. He has like a combined like 2 million subs on all his channels, like, or more. It's crazy. I'm so proud of him. But anyway, so this guy says like Majins probably. So sorry, I don't reply yet. It'll probably be like Baby's intro and Fighters. So I looked it up, and this is Baby's intro and Fighters.
You too will become one of my loyal and obedient slaves, Vegeta.
Shout out to this guy who uploaded it. So basically,
all this time, it's finally mine. I possess the strongest body in the universe.
First of all, Cap, you took over Vegeta, not my goat, Goku. But anyway, so it's like, you know, you infest the player, they try to fight out of it, but ultimately they can't. Maybe the little mashing minigame plays, you can fight out of someone, or hopefully not the mashing minigame, hopefully it's something more unique than that, but you can kind of like fight out of it, maybe. So yeah, personally I think it would be like absorption, but once you take over the target, they can only watch with their body and you will have full control. I go on to say something about that. This guy says, I think you'll control someone's body for like 5 minutes and get a slight stat boost. I do, my thoughts on this, I go over it in a little bit, but just before we move on, I don't like this idea. I just don't like the idea of getting, like, taken over and you're just being forced to watch. Like, you know how toxic that is? That's horrible. And then you might think about it like, oh, well, Baby infests Vegeta, right? And, like, Vegeta doesn't, you know, really get to fight out of it. He just kind of watches because he's, like, infested, right? It's his body. But Majin absorption is almost the same thing. If you get absorbed by Buu, you don't die. You just kind of go inside of him and live inside of the inside of Buu world. And, like, it's basically the same thing. So, I just don't see that happening. And the relation is, of course, absorption is in the game, and when you get absorbed, you just die, and you can respawn. So, I think you're just gonna die and respawn. I don't want it to be any other way, because I think it'd be extremely toxic. And then this person says, I wish that Tuffilization will eventually have us looking more and more like our own body, like Baby. And I actually agree with him. I go on to say, it'd be cool if you eventually go from looking like the person you take over, but with the weird eyes, which is, you know, obviously a reference to this. This is the weird eyes I talk about. And then after powering up more, you gain, like, your own character's eyes and some more of their features, possibly, like, more of their skin tone, maybe, accessories, stuff like that, probably. So, I think that would be kind of cool, right? Because that's kind of what happens with Baby Vegeta, is as he transforms, he's looking more and more like a Tuffle, less like a Saiyan, right? Because when he first invades someone's body, it's like they look exactly like them, right? There's the scene in GT where Goku fights the Tuffilized Gohan and Goten, which is another thing, by the way. Maybe you can control like more than one person at a time, but I don't know how. I have no idea how that would work. uh, anyway, this guy replied, "Yes, that's how I'm hoping." I say that's just what happened in the show. And then this person says, "I agree, but maybe occasionally have a spamming minigame to fight for control." And then I reply again, "I don't like the idea of being locked in your body, watching someone play as you." On one hand, it makes sense. Yeah, this is what I basically said. It's like the same thing as absorption. Get you, I'm not sure how this would be unique except for watching them use your body. This is the only way he says, he's saying like this is the only way he sees it being unique. And I go on to say like, true, Majins only gain your shirt and your stat build. It's possible Tuffles will just take their hair. But I can see it differing like this. Majins, when they absorb people, just take their strength. Baby absorbed Vegeta and he got his techniques and his abilities, right? So that's kind of the difference. When Boo absorbs people and when Majins absorb people in the game, all you get is their stats and their level. Maybe if you Tuffleize someone, you get their level, you get their stats, or maybe you get like a flat stat boost. Maybe it's not really you get the person's stats, but you get just a big stat boost, right? And then Baby absorbed Vegeta, and he got his techniques and his abilities. So, like, when Baby absorbed Vegeta, he got, like, you know, the Final Flash, you know, stuff like that. I can see Tuffles taking over the other race's passive. So this is what Twisted said, Elliot, on my mods. And then Mick replied, imagine, like, Kanasin and Tuffle passive combined. So, like, what if you took the whoever you're targeting, what if you just, like, took their passive, right? And I just thought about this. What if a Tuffle tries to infest another Tuffle? I doubt you would be able to. But, like, again, like, imagine, like, combining passives, like Tuffles, when they punch and they crit, they steal stamina on top of the 2x stamina regen that Kanasins have would be crazy. Or, like, they gain ki and steal stamina if they took a Yard Rat. Or basic M1 damage when they're low if they take over a Saiyan, on top of stealing stamina. You know, stuff like that would be, like, really cool. What if Majin takes stats, but Tuffles take ability and forms? So, Baby obviously takes over Vegeta's forms. He gets Super Saiyan 2, and he gets Great Ape and Gold, like, you know, he becomes Golden Great Ape, right? So, like, he takes Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 from Vegeta. Obviously, Vegeta doesn't use Super Saiyan 3. And then Goku goes Golden Great Ape, and then Baby steals that. So what if it's something like, you, like, I don't know how they would code it, but what if you observe a form, you can copy it? Like, something like that. That would be really cool. Or if you lock onto someone who's in a certain transformation, you could just transform into that, assuming it's a similar race. So, like, if I'm fighting a Saiyan who's a Super Saiyan 3, and then I beat him and a Super Saiyan 4 shows up, maybe I can, like, lock onto someone in Super Saiyan 4 and then become a Super Saiyan 4 because I observed that, right? I don't know, like, really how it works, if it works lore-wise, but that's just kind of how I remember GT. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest GT fan, so I could be misremembering it. So, who knows, like, he gets 1 and 2, and then he gets the Golden Great Ape. Maybe if Goku didn't stop him, he would have gotten Super Saiyan 4, right? So who knows what would have happened. Maybe you keep evolving it. Maybe the longer you have the guy in your body, the stronger you get, right? That'd be kind of cool. And then a lot of people really liked this idea. Could work, might be weird. That sounds nice. Let me go Super Saiyan 4 real quick as a Tuffle. And then I asked Holy Grail. I asked him, if Tuffles get Tuffilization in DG, how do you think it would work? He says, I honestly have no clue how it would work. Cool way I think it could be implemented is every X amount of minutes the host gets a chance to fight the Parasite. Some sort of minigame, of course, and I say, it'd be cool. I bring up the Dead by Daylight minigame. Shout out if you understand what I'm talking about, but when you're getting carried by the killer, every tap that you hit in the minigame messes with their controls. The thing is, though, is Vegeta never fights out of Baby's control, so I doubt it'd happen. And then this kid, bro, he remembers another thought I just had. What if it was like Dragon Ball Heroes? I'm like, what? Dragon Ball Heroes? And then he sends this gif of UI Goku punching this Tuffle that had Vegeta, like, Tuffilized. And it, like, just knocks the Tuffle out of Vegeta's body. And he says, like, maybe a stamina break. And so, you know, I go to the Discord server and I say this, and people, like, agreed. They said it made sense. So, like, that'd be kind of cool, right? If you, maybe you keep the person that you have absorbed, like, Tuffilized, maybe you keep their body until you get stamina broken. And then you lose their stats and their abilities and whatever, because they, you know, quote-unquote exit your body, even though, right, I don't want them actually being stuck in your body, but you would lose the Tuffilization if you got stamina broken. I would like that. And it kind of just makes sense. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is my thoughts on this. You know, some people are gonna spin this as me, talking about this one image for 11 minutes. But people who actually watch the video, you guys will know. Like, I asked the community and talked about it. So, you know, people got jokes, man. Every time Chang, like, speaks, everyone's like, oh, Bobby's gonna make a 10-minute video out of that. And I'm like, you're damn right I am. You are damn right. My video now. So, let me know what you guys think. I'm very excited. Hopefully, they're actually getting Tuffilization. Hopefully.